Hey everyone, Money Rags. Hey guys, guess what? I hit 25 subscribers. I never thought I'd do it, but thank you guys. Thank all of you. I'm on my way to 26. Yes. Okay. Now, I'll take this little bit of time in the first part to tell you about a little humanitarian piece that one of our local football teams did. It was one of the teams, the special needs football player, and it was near the end of the game, and one of the coaches called a timeout, went over there, talked to the other coach on the other team, and got together, come back, they put the kid in, and believe it or not, they gave the ball to the kid. Kid ran it all the way while everybody was jumping after him and all of this other stuff. The kid scored a touchdown. It was amazing. There was not a dry eye there. Not one. Everybody was so happy. Even the opposing team that allowed this to happen. Everybody there was cheering. It was amazing. If more people, more communities did stuff like that, imagine. It's crazy. So, I mean, there are good hearts out there everywhere. And it shows good character for other people to give of themselves and to know that a football score did not mean near as much as this kid, eighth grader, to make a touchdown. It was awesome. I also want to take this time. Everybody who has subscribed to my channel, who has their own channel, check out my channels and the ones that I have subscribed to. Go through and like these people. I don't subscribe to many people, especially, I mean, I have to like the content, and I have to like what they're doing. Her daily dose, I love listening to her, the music that she plays. It's usually the first time I've ever heard it. Then I get excited and I go, my kids come over and I say, hey, have you heard this? And I'm like, yes, Dad. And I'm like, I didn't know. But anyway, but I get even with them when I get to watch movies before them. Anyway, okay, so all kinds of things going on. Just want to. I've had mania the last couple of days. For those of you who don't know what mania is, I have extreme highs and extreme lows. But I'm up there. I'm in a good place. But it's when you come down, and well, that's just part of the bipolar, and that stems from the depression and all of my schizophrenia and the Tourette's and the anxiety and all of that. I want to give a brief summary of my family, kind of medical history. I have my father's bipolar, and my mother anxiety. I have one of my brothers is bipolar, and I'm a paranoid, schizophrenic, anxiety, bipolar, Tourette's kind of person. And then there's I have a son that's schizophrenic. I have a couple of daughters that anxiety. I have a couple of daughters that are bipolar, and one that's bipolar and anxiety. So I mean, there's family history. So there's a lot to be said with family history as far as mental illness goes. And it's so hard when you're younger because you think you know it all, you want to know it all, and you think you're so much better off without medicines because you don't like the way it makes you feel, and it zombies you out, or you can't feel anything, you can't be happy, you can't be sad, you're just going through life, lack of a better word, like a zombie. That's not it. Just keep going. Take the medications. Just because that's the way it affects you in the very beginning does not mean that in 2 months down the road that things aren't going to change. Or if it's not working for you, get the medicine changed with your doctor. They will get it right eventually. Eventually. Because everybody has all of these different ups and downs, and their brain, everybody's brain chemistry is a little bit different. So schizophrenic and bipolar, all of these anxiety, everybody's anxiety comes from a different place, or it may come from the same place, but it's a different chemical that is causing it. So what works for one person is not going to work for another. What is not working for one person will work for another. And I'm all in favor of being as medicine free as possible. I haven't gotten too much in the whole holistic aspect of things with oils and herbs and stuff. Those things kind of scare me when I take my own medicine, because those are other chemicals that you're putting on your body and you just don't know. And all the research that I can do is still limited, because there's not a whole lot saying, okay, this oil and this medication will make things worse, or I think get over here, or that medication and this oil is awesome. We don't know. So it's better not to play doctor by yourself. Like I've said before, I used to self-medicate a lot. It didn't work. Sure, I quit hearing voices for that brief little bit of time, but the next day it was way worse. So, always talk to your doctors. Get things taken care of. Be ever so mindful of what you're putting on you and in you that your doctor doesn't know about. I just said, if you look at the MRIs and stuff like that, a CT scan of a schizophrenic brain or a bipolar brain or anxiety, all of these, you could see the brain is definitely different thinking, and the thinking processes and stuff like that. So you don't know what this other stuff is doing. So I can't say go the holistic route. I can't say don't go the holistic route. But if you're going to go the holistic route, talk to your doctor, do your research online, make sure that it's not going to come back and bite you in the butt and make it worse. Let's see. I know so many things, and I've done so many. There's probably nothing in my life I haven't done. I've gone to college. I've worked in almost every single field that can be imagined. I've got so many life experiences and stuff like that I've got so much to share, but I don't know what to share with y'all because I just don't. I know there's a lot of stigmatism with whether you're bipolar. How can you be bipolar? Well, extremes, ups and downs, and da, 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 da. You can. one of these days I'm gonna do a phone interview. You guys won't be able to see this other person, and I haven't found them yet, but see this other person and get there. You'll be able to see the difference, even with the same diagnosis, how things are so different between me and them, and that goes across the board with everybody and everything. So I want to do an interview. I like to do several interviews with different people, but I'm scared of people. People scare me. They can be a little. I'm just out there. They can be alien. I don't know, but I try to make sure that everybody that I come in contact with or know. Or if I do an interview with somebody, I know that where they're coming from is where they're coming from, and not something that's scripted or anything else. Like I said, I am one of those people. I will never make $1 million. You can't pay me $1 million to give me a vacuum, and if it doesn't do the job, you can't give me $1 million for me to say, yes, it's a great one. I can't do it. I can't lie to you guys. I am going to be honest with you. I will tell you the truth about everything, and I will make sure that the people that I talk to or that come on here, that they're 100%. I owe that to you guys. You guys are 25 of the most amazing group I know. Who else is going to listen to somebody in a pointed hat ramble on and on and on? I still watch my videos. I'm so happy. All of you, please don't be afraid to leave comments, or if you want to know something, leave questions. If I answer it when you leave a comment, if I answer it there, that's just because I want to tell you. Or do you want me to make a show about it? I don't know. I don't want to be rude and not answer you guys. But I want everybody to know, my answers. People, see, I'm all over. Anyway, people ask about pointed hat. That's because I think aliens and the government can hear me thinking, and sometimes I think that they can control what I'm thinking and stuff like that. So I wear a hat, and people say, "Well, why do you have the glasses on?" Well, that's simple. I had a stroke a couple of years ago, so one side of my face lags a little bit. I can't help that. Another reason for the glasses stuff is because I still my kids had to grow up with me being out there somewhere. So they had to deal with a lot of that. But I try to give them some anonymity as far as I may be their dad, but hey, they could go, I can promote him because, or I agree with him or whatever. I try to give them some privacy so people don't laugh at them. And they do. They would. They have before because, their father's a little strange. I wanted to show you guys. See, I told you about my other hat. In case something ever happens to this hat. See? My old trusty metal one. So it's I try not to because I believe this hat is better than that hat. This hat would be better if trees falling on your head. This hat's better for people trying to listen. But again, I do want to thank you guys, and I'll get back on track with everything tomorrow. I just wanted to let you know. I told you guys yesterday I would post something. I am so proud of you guys 25. So if you like me, go ahead and share the video, or tell other people about it so they could subscribe. Just whatever. Give me your comments. Tell me the things that you want to talk about. I tried doing the other structured thing, and I'm going to try to get back to that, but it's hard for me to conform. I'm usually very spontaneous, so for me to go ahead and research all these things becomes extremely difficult sometimes. But I will get back to that, I promise. You know what I'm talking about, you guys. I will. Most importantly, be good to one another, and do a simple kindness for somebody that's out there. I know you guys have heard that before. I'm sorry if some of this has been repeated, but like I said, I will get back to a normally scheduled programming soon. Thank you guys for watching. Money Rags! Peace, guys.